You tell me that.
Sorry.
It's just going in your blooper reel. Right.
Feel okay. Let me know when you're ready.
He's so confused. He's like, what is happening? He's sniffing the camera. I love it when they do that.
I don't know where to look.
Right, look at camera. Did he go out the other door? Hi everybody and welcome back to Inside the Craft Room. This is our third episode, which is very exciting. Today's guest is my sister-in-law, Elizabeth, from Eliza Bee Makes. We're going to be talking all things crochet. So yeah, get a cup of tea, get cozy and enjoy.
Where's my cup of tea?
Yeah, you haven't got a cup of tea. Neither of us actually drink tea. Should we get sort of started with you telling everybody who you are?
Yeah. There's not really much to tell. I'm Elizabeth. I've just finished doing a master's in Dundee. I'm living in Fife at the minute. Been taking the time off post-graduating, doing all the crochet things, been doing a few commissions, lots of things for myself. Yeah, just really being a bit chill before entering the world of work.
Yeah.
Taking advantage of the spare time.
Definitely take advantage of it, because once you start working, no time off ever. Well, it's not quite that bad, but yeah, you will have seen Elizabeth's, they're on my Instagram, the little pumpkins that she crocheted for my house, and my pumpkin cushion as well. She's very good
All
at
the pumpkins.
very good at cute autumn decor. So yeah, I've got lots of lovely things in my house. But yeah, great. We'll get started then. That's it. I can't even remember my first question. Oh, here we go. Yeah, your craft story. So tell everybody how you got started in crochet.
Well, I was going to say as you know, but
I don't think I do know actually. This is actually new to me.
Well, I've always been very crafty. I thought, you know, I've always been to my crafts and arty things.
Yeah.
But I think in terms of fibre crafts, I was tracking back, and I think the first thing I learnt to do was in primary 4, which a few English people.
I was going to say you have to explain what primary 4 is, because most of us are English.
Year 3.
Okay.
So like when you're 8.
Yeah.
I remember learning to do finger knitting, which now in hindsight is basically like crocheting chains.
Right.
But like just on your fingers, and I remember making like friendship bracelets and things out of that.
Oh, I've never heard of finger knitting, I don't think.
Because then when I was teaching a
Like
friend
arm
how
knitting.
to crochet, it's because it's literally just like wrapping it around your fingers, and so it's basically doing a chain, only the
Okay.
finger is a hook in crochet.
Oh,
I don't really know why it's called finger knitting.
Okay.
'Cause I only
Should be
ever
called
made-
finger crochet.
I only ever made strings out of it. I don't think it ever got any further.
What does one do with a string?
Make friendship
Oh, make
bracelets.
bracelets, yeah, okay.
And I think we like made seaweed with it is why we learned it.
Right.
For like a wall display.
Oh, artistic.
And then primary 5 was when I learnt to knit first. Because, well, my mum taught me to knit because she'd made like baby cardigans and things for my oldest sister. I think she gave up by the time me and Russell came along.
Too many children.
She made one cardigan and then gave up, decided
That's
it's too hard.
Too much effort. Well, you can pass it down though, so to be fair, you get like 3 wears out of it with all the kids.
Very true.
But
Because my primary school did the Innocent Smoothie Big Knit. So when you see
right.
they have the little hats on all the bottles.
Yeah.
For, I don't actually know what it's for.
Age, I think it's
like
Age
Age
UK.
UK?
I think it's Age UK, not Age Concern.
So my mum was one of the mums that came into primary school and like taught the class like how to knit, and we all like knitted as many as we could. So then from then, basically all I could do was a basic knit stitch. My mum would cast on, I would knit, she would cast off. But I made lots of little scarves for my like toys, just like little stripy scarves, because I had a purple ball of wool and a blue one. So all my toys had a purple and blue stripy knitted scarf.
Oh, that's very cute though.
And then yeah, didn't really do much after that. Jump forward 15 years, and we hit a pandemic.
Yeah.
And not
Old
much
COVID.
So because I was in my last year of my undergrad, and yeah, we didn't really do anything other than watch TV. So I thought we should probably do a hobby that isn't just sitting and binge watching Netflix, because we'd basically watched everything. So we went to B&M, bought out all their wool, and then sat in front of the TV with like Bella Coco, learn how to crochet, and just crochet.
Is that when your mum started as well?
No, Mum's was
Because I
like,
thought she started earlier than that.
yeah, Mum was like crocheting in the 70s.
No, yeah, but I mean like when she sort of like really got back into it, was it COVID?
So that was when I came home for Christmas.
Okay.
Because that was like the first Christmas that like everything went to pot.
Right.
And I came home from uni and I was still finishing off my blanket because me and my 2 flatmates were making like a blanket each, just of basic squares.
Okay.
And then she was like, oh, I used to crochet, I should get back into it. So that's where she then kicked off.
There we go. So my mother-in-law, Elizabeth's mother, is also like a really big crocheter. I'll tag her Instagram below because it's very cute, because she lives in this lovely cottage in Scotland. And yeah, I'll show you. Yeah, we've got like a ridiculous view of the Tay Estuary and Fife behind us. We're using it as like a great light box. I mean, it might be a little bit dark because it's a bit rainy today, but yeah, I'll turn the camera around at the end and put a shot in of this ridiculous view that we're looking at. You guys have to look at us, which is not as beautiful as this view. But yeah, she's also a big crocheter. We were going to try and get her on as well, but she won't come on the channel.
Because she was like in the first round when crochet was big in the 70s.
Yeah.
I feel it's very different now. There's a lot of like modern crochet patterns,
Yeah.
and you don't instantly look at it and go like, oh, that's a waist. I think it's like granny square waistcoats over like mini dresses.
Yeah,
She's got like
the
scarred
70s
memories of.
Yeah, it's like there's a lot of knitters who learnt to knit in the 80s when like big oversized lacy mohair jumpers and cardigans were fashionable, and so everybody's knitting with strands of mohair now, and all those people who did it back in the 80s are like, I'm too scarred from how awful those mohair jumpers were to like recreate them.
So I think when I was like, oh, I'm crocheting a blanket, Mum was like a missionary blanket, like like we had years ago. I was like, no, it's actually really nice. And she looked at it and was like, oh, that's actually a lot nicer than it used to be.
This is the thing, I think it's getting a good rep now. Crochet and knitting are getting a better rep now, but even now I still get people like, you're a knitter, or like, you work in digital content creation with knitting, like I'm some kind of weirdo. I think people still think it's a bit like smelly granny.
Yeah, I almost like there's half my friends don't know that I crochet, because it almost feels like
something you can't bring
it's
up.
also something I do for myself, but then I feel if I was like, oh yeah, I like crochet like toys and blankets and things, they'd be like, what? That's so
like a
strange.
secret hobby we have to hide from people to appear normal. No. Yeah, it's nice. That's why Instagram's nice, because you've got that big community and there's so many people our age doing it, and you feel less, because I don't have any friends who knit. Obviously I have you guys who crochet, which is nice to have that kind of fibre craft link, yeah. Interest together, but I don't have any people my age that I didn't meet on Instagram who are knitters. So
yeah, because I think because I started my Instagram account just to like keep a personal record of what I'd done, especially when I started making things to gift. I was like, oh, I've given it away and now I can't see it anymore. But I had it for like a year before I then put it on my personal account and was like, hi everyone, I crochet things if anyone wants to commission anything. And people were like, what? This is amazing, why didn't you tell me first?
Yeah, I know, I kept it very separate. I've got 2 accounts. I've got like the Rachel Bean, and then I've got Stitch and Pearl. They're very separate. But I think everybody knows I knit because I never stop going on about it because I'm obsessed. I'm a lunatic.
I'm a closeted crocheter.
Yeah. Come out the closet, Elizabeth, in your crocheted outfits.
Well, that's one way to come out to the world.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on from coming out of the closet, let's start with an exciting one, which is your favourite make of all time, which is a hard question.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of different things I do in crocheting, so I've kind of taken one from each category.
Yeah, that's allowed. Most people bring more than one. It's allowed.
My first one is my granny square blanket I was talking of, which I only finished recently. I was going to say stuck up under it, which is by Wool Thread Paint. Wool Thread Paint, who also lives in Fife, so it's a beach walk blanket, so it's meant to be all colours from the coast around here. So yes.
Yeah, it feels very Scottish, these colours.
It's all very basic granny squares. So I started this quite early on because it's taken me like a year and a half to finish, because it was an on and off project.
Yeah, it's pretty detailed though. It's pretty intricate.
The colours in it make it look
it's gorgeous.
Fancy.
That feels nice too.
So that's from a blanket.
Oh, lovely, lovely. Okay, that's the first one, the blanket.
Then I feel obviously crochet clothes.
Oh yes,
so
onto the clothes.
This is also kind of in the granny square theme, but like daisy granny squares. So I did like a daisy cardigan, quite like retro-y colours.
I love
But-
this one. I'll put up a picture for everyone to see of Elizabeth wearing it. She's got one on her
So
Instagram.
it's well worn. It's getting a bit knoppy.
Yeah.
But like I think also
You need
what I like
a
is
shaver.
yeah, that's a good one. But things like I bought the buttons when I finished it off when we were on holiday in Dunoon up north. So like I feel that's what's nice about making things. Is,
Yeah.
like, the little stories behind.
Yeah, I was talking to a friend, Tom from Knit Slips, actually. I'll tag his podcast below because it's really good. I was chatting to Tom about this, and he was saying that when he goes on holiday, he always tries to find a haberdashery because he sews as well and knits. So he'll try to find a haberdashery that he... The cat's just jumped up behind the camera, so if the camera moves, it's the cat. He tries to find somewhere, so then it reminds him of the holiday. So he's bought, like, yarn before. I think he bought yarn to make socks just before he proposed to his girlfriend.
Oh, that's cute.
So then these socks, like, he's going to wear on his
Proposal
wedding
socks.
day. They're, like, a reminder of that day. And, like, yeah, because his excuse, he said, was... Oh, I hope he doesn't mind me sharing this. I'll have to check with him. He put the yarn down on the beach and said, oh, I'm just going to take a picture of this, and then actually got down on one knee. So it's, like, really cute. So, yeah, I really like the idea. So I'm now trying to do that, like, when I'm on holiday, I try to go to a haberdashery and buy, like, some yarn or some buttons, as you say, and then
It's
it,
got a
like,
little
makes you
story.
think of the holiday.
And then yeah, I made a pink version with daisies on for
Oh
a
yeah,
friend as
I'll
well.
put up a picture of that because it's really cute.
And yeah, she likes that because she was
Yeah.
very jealous, and I was like, you can
quite
make
cozy.
it. Anyone can learn to crochet. She's like, no, I can't do that. Can you just make me one?
Sorry, the cat's knocking things off the windowsill now. We should probably show them the cat. Paddy, come here. Paddy.
Do you want me to go?
He's playing with a tiny clog. He's not gonna. Oh, Paddy. No. Paddy, come and say hello to YouTube.
The director of the show.
Yeah. Behind the camera, the cameraman.
Yes.
So this is Paddy.
my partner in crime. He's also obsessed with crochet.
Yeah, but not in the same way. In a like destructive way.
Well, he just likes to sit on it, really. He's
That's
like,
true.
He's
Yeah.
destructive with balls of yarn. Like, you'll suddenly come to an end when you're crocheting and be like, I'm sure I'm not at the end of the ball, and he's sat at the bottom and he's just chewed through it completely.
Yes. So Paddy is short for Paddington because you have a dog also called Rupert, as in Rupert the bear, and Paddy is Paddington Bear.
It's got a bear theme.
Bear theme with the pets. He's very cute. He's gonna sit. He's sitting there. Right. So
I've got one more.
one more favourite mate. Yeah, of course.
Which is
exciting.
in
I love to
the
see them.
amigurumi category. So it's like, so I kind of started with toys and things. So
Yeah.
I have
Baby
little
Yoda.
Baby Yoda. I feel I should.
Yeah. Can you show him to the camera?
Because
Or- it's not focusing. It's focusing on me. He'll be fine.
during it's like beauty gear emotion.
Yeah.
During lockdown, my dad and I watched all the Star Wars movies. So I found this free pattern by October in the Chair, and I thought, and he's also a bit cheeky because his coat comes off.
How do you get his eyeballs on? That's what I want to know. Like, how do those work? Are they sewn
Like
on?
safety eyes.
Yeah.
So you like put them in while you're crocheting it.
Oh, I
Because
see.
obviously you stuff it and sew it up, so they've just got like a little back on them.
So that's my issue, is I always like have to sew on eyes with like thread.
Yeah, I've done some.
But I'll have to try and...
Yeah,
'cause
'cause
it's hard to
sometimes-
get them in the right place.
Yeah, often patterns will say like between rows 10 and 11 or whatever. But sometimes I want like a softer look. So like I've done a lot of toft animals, and I feel they're nice just with an embroidered details. 'Cause it's
Yeah.
a bit softer and more
So
rustic.
my
but-
octopuses just had like literally 3 strings together as an eye, just a line, and then no
Nice.
mouth.
I feel Baby Yoda needs his big eyes.
Yeah, he's well cute. I love Baby Yoda. I'm a big Star Wars fan.
He's my favourite like amigurumi make.
Oh. Yeah,
really
you
fun.
did. I can't say it.
Amigurumi.
Amigurumi, didn't you? Which was really cool. So every day, was it every day in May? Most days
there
in
was,
May
like, a
you
prompt.
shared. Yeah, yeah, it was really cool. Oh, sorry guys, lots of banging. He's just found a fly. What are these conditions? I normally film without this stress. Oh, he ate the fly. It's good. He's eating it now. Great. Right. So
I was like, one for me, a blanket, clothing, and a toy.
yeah, that's nice. Like the whole
Spectrum.
of your makes, yeah. And now this is like leads into the evil question, which is, what is your biggest fail that you've ever done?
Yeah, I did have to think about this one a bit.
Yeah.
but I think I
You've like
decided
blocked
it was
it out.
last Christmas. Mum and I decided we would do an advent crochet.
I know this
And
one.
did the little box of crochet Woodland Santa, which I've got there, which is very impressive.
Yeah, cute.
And should look very good, but it was obviously very ambitious. Even between the two of us, we couldn't get. I've got the Christmas tree, which I finished just a couple of weeks ago.
The Christmas tree's been finished in September.
I have very high respect for anyone who actually completed the whole project in 25 days.
Yeah.
Because even between the two of us, we struggled. And
so you can see, like, in the picture, it looks, it doesn't look as big as it actually is, because that's obviously him holding the Christmas tree, but you can see the size. So, like, Santa's, like, this big, isn't he? He's, like, massive.
I'm using the excuse that December's a busy time when you're at uni.
Yeah.
I have a lot of projects to hand in.
And Christmas is just busy as well, because once all the family arrived, and we came for 2 weeks last Christmas, me and my husband.
Yeah,
like, took up.
I had the job of making his coat, which was you were meant to complete in 3 days, and I think probably took me closer to 3 weeks. So yes, that was probably the biggest fail.
Though. It's all made out of rowan yarn, isn't it?
Yes.
So it's like the bougiest Santa you've ever seen in your life.
Yes.
It's very intricate and detailed, I think, so that's why it's taken so long.
Because they're very much like it'll become an heirloom piece. So like, bring it out every Christmas.
You'll bring it out for like
and
your whole life.
Me and Mum will have made it together.
Yeah, you'll be able to tell your grandkids one day when you teach them to crochet.
Hopefully he'll make it out for Christmas.
Yeah.
2022?
Yeah, 2022.
This Christmas, hopefully. He will make it.
How many weeks is it? 10 weeks, I think someone said the other day. Just under 10 weeks.
I think we just have, I think I've got a couple mice to make. And then it's just putting it together. Because Mum got all her pieces done. Yeah. I'm blaming I got given the big pieces when we divvied it up. So.
Yeah, and also you studying.
Mum needs to go forage some twigs for him to hold.
I'm sure she'll be able to manage
that is the biggest fail, was not completing an advent for over a year when it was meant to be 25 days.
Yeah, I find this a lot though. I try to avoid Christmas knitting. This year I knitted a Christmas jumper in August, which worked really well. I would never normally have knitted it that early. It was for a special project, and I've knitted it. So now I have a Christmas jumper to wear, but normally I always leave it till really late, and it's like December, and I'm like, oh, I want a Christmas jumper, and then like I end up finishing it in like February. So
yeah, because it's like what you and Sophie were saying. You want to make your cozy knits when it's cozy outside, not in summer.
But I'm trying to be really seasonal. So like right now, I'm like trying to think about things to wear in the winter, and then come January, I'll like try and move into spring knits. But
that's easier said than done.
Yeah, because that was for Advent though, wasn't it? That was the thing. So it came like 1st of December. Guys, that's just the cat. There's like loads of like noise from the cat just playing.
We shouldn't have shut him in with us.
Maybe we should let him out. He's a bit bonkers. He's a bit like excitable. Well, that leads on nicely to your favourite yarn. It doesn't have to be a specific brand, just like your favourite fibre to work with.
Yeah, so I was thinking, I feel this has like got a few variations as well, because at the beginning I feel like everyone, I started off on like acrylic, style craft, special DK, because that's what my daisy card.
You don't want to mess up something really expensive.
It's got so many colours, which is nice.
And it washes as well.
And then and I feel you want different things for different types as well. So I then discovered Style Crafts Naturals cotton and bamboo, which I use for, I don't have any with me, the toys I make for Paddy. I make cat toys, and they're really nice. And
because cotton's quite stiff, so it gives that kind of like stiffness, doesn't it, I find?
And it's also good for like summer tops.
Oh nice.
I found. So I crocheted a friend the gingham green top that was in this.
Oh yeah, I remember
because it's
one.
quite fine for a DK as well. It's got a nice like drape to it.
Oh yeah, it does feel. No, it does feel like it's got. You can see from the yarn that it's gonna like drape a bit.
I think it's like the bamboo, because I think it's 60% bamboo. So it's
actually, that's quite a lot.
Yeah, so it's more bamboo than cotton.
Yeah, I need to try it, because I've never actually knitted with bamboo, and I love like bamboo socks. I wear them all the time. So
Mum's made it for making like toys for babies as well.
Yeah,
it's washable, machine washable.
Very important.
Handy.
Very important. Even when it's not just a baby.
I'm kind of skipping, because I was gonna say recently I've been working with more wools.
Oh,
but that's a bit fancy, isn't it? So Mum got me lots of nice wool for a birthday, and that is very nice to work with, but feels more special.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, like now I'm trying to work mostly with natural fibres. Alpaca's my favourite fibre to work with, but like trying to work with like natural fibres in sewing as well, like viscose and cotton and stuff, so that like they're
I'm rummaging.
Hello. So yeah, they're better for the planet, but you do want to work up to that, don't you? Because otherwise it gets a bit
So
stressful.
that's why I like West Yorkshire spinners.
Oh yes,
So like a
love
little,
West Yorkshire spinners. My
because
favourite.
it's 100% wool, but I feel it's actually very reasonably priced.
Yeah, it is.
Like-
yeah, especially because it's all British as well.
So that's the other one I bought at, probably the nicest yarn I've worked with actually, was from the Perth Yarn Festival from, is it Zucchini?
I don't know. I can't remember. I'll tag them below.
I was going to say,
Don't worry.
I don't want to butcher their name, but that was 100% merino DK, and that was very nice and soft, whereas this is Jacob's, so it's a bit more,
Yeah, a bit more like rustic. Yeah,
and smells very,
I know. We need to do Perth Yarn Festival next year. I'm gonna come up for it, and we can go together.
I was going to say, there's lots of nice independent wool dyers, but rightfully so, they're a higher price, so
I
that's...
feel like Scotland's a place to go as well, because so much of the wool that's produced for like knitting yarn in this country is produced from Scottish sheep and Scottish herds.
We've
which is
got no
exciting.
people, so lots of space for the
Yeah.
sheep.
There's no people, so there's just lots of sheep everywhere. But yeah, no, I love a bit of West Yorkshire spinners. Yeah. Well, then that goes on nicely, doesn't it? Because what is your current whip?
Yeah, I feel like
Because
I'm
you're
actually
using-
very good at the minute.
Yeah.
I don't have that many whips because I am a bit of a
Unlike me.
110 projects at once.
Yeah, to be fair, I normally only have 1 or 2, and you've got like 7.
So this, I can show you the finished piece I've finished, but I ventured into Tunisian crochet, which is a little bit like a hybrid between knitting and crochet, just that you have all your stitches on the hook at once. But yes, this is all different West Yorkshire spinners wools.
Nice.
and
Do you wanna-
woven. I was going to say,
Oh,
I've
you got a piece
got a
that's
front
easier
panel
to show,
that I've
yeah.
blocked, so
So
it's
you can
less...
see what it looks like.
Because Tunisian crochet, because unlike regular crochet, you turn it on every row.
Is that the same as this?
Yeah,
And
this-
you blocked it.
this
It's
is
like
just
double the
blocked.
size. Holy moly.
Because, so yeah, it curls up loads because you're just not flipping
Yeah.
it. And it also has a
It
wrong...
looks even more like knitting now you've blocked it.
It's got a wrong side, whereas regular crochet,
Yeah.
basically the front and the back's the same. So yes,
Oh,
this is my
yeah.
finished front piece.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, it definitely looks
Love
a
the
lot
earthy
more like...
tones.
Looks a lot more like knitting.
Yeah, it does show, like, yeah, show it. We'll show the camera. You can see the stitches are like, it looks like a pearl stitch, like a stocking stitch, and the back does look a bit like garter stitch as well. But it's a little bit more, it's a bit more rigid, I would say. But yeah, it's really nice.
But it definitely gives a smoother finish than like
yeah, because
traditional
crochet is quite like bobbly, quite textured, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good.
often?
So like this is crocheted, and it's good for like kind of more patterns and like I was gonna say holier, but that
Yeah.
sounds strange. It's less like flat and solid compared to knitting.
Yeah, definitely.
But so
Oh,
this
that's
should
gonna
be
so
a
nice.
nice cozy. But yeah,
It smells,
it's a nightmare.
smells like sheep, guys. It's just, we love that smell. Don't you love that smell when you just go to like a yarn shop and you're like, inhale the sheep.
And then I have a summer whip, which I kind was in the
a summer whip,
which
in
I
October.
kind of put down, yeah, because I was like, I can get one last summer top made before.
Yeah. Always a risk, isn't
But
it?
yeah, I didn't get very far.
You never know
so
when the
it's been
weather's
put
going to
away.
turn.
So it doesn't really look much like a top.
But
at
you
the
could
minute.
pick it up in February and then like start wearing it from the spring, couldn't you?
It's going to be like a little t-shirt with the scallop details.
Oh, so cute. I love
on
those
the
colours
shoulder.
together as well.
But like you can, so that's the bamboo,
That's nice.
and it makes it nice and soft.
Oh yeah,
I'll
it's
let
so
you do a little-
soft. Let's show them the scalloped edge. I'll hide behind
So
it.
that's going to be like on the shoulders and at the bottom.
Lovely. Oh, cute. Can't wait to see that. Yeah, that's going to be really soft and really breathable, isn't it? As I say, you could just make it. Oh, very nice, very nice. I'll share the picture for you guys.
So it's the Flowerlicious tea.
Oh.
Yeah, you can put all your links in the
Yeah,
description.
yeah, it'll all be in the description, don't worry. I shall share.
Was there anything else? Oh, there's one that I literally started yesterday. When
So you're like, I'm quite good. I haven't got that many whips on the go. Oh, wait.
3 isn't too bad.
Yeah. I think because I'm such a like, I mean I say that, but I have got 2 on the go at the moment, but I'm normally like 2 is the most I can have. Yeah, I just like to get everything done. What do they call it? Like a mono knitter. A monogamous knitter, a mono knitter or something. I don't know.
I mean,
Maybe I'm
it's
making
going to
that
be a St. Patrick's, a leprechaun hat for Paddy, even though he's Paddington. He gets called Paddy, but it just needs its little, looks a bit like a
Cute.
queen hat. It looks like kind of a hat the queen would wear.
Yeah, it
Because
does.
it's not got its little black
It needs like,
band on.
yeah, and a little like clover.
Yeah, I'm going to do a
4-leaf
four-leaf
clover. Yeah, and it needs like a shiny little yellow buckle as well. doesn't it?
Whether Paddy will tolerate wearing it. will
He's
be
currently behind
interesting.
us on the bed.
So little do you know,
He's
you
having a
have
bath.
a hat being made for you. because I just keep seeing people on Instagram who make all these fun hats for their cats, and they're so cute.
Well, by the time this episode goes up, you'll probably have finished it. So
Yes.
if we get a picture of Paddy in it, if we can force him into it, we will put a little picture up for you guys to see.
Because Mum was like, since when do cats wear hats? And I was like, I feel cats quite famously wear hats.
Yeah, the cat in the hat. Yeah,
So,
exactly.
It's meant to be.
Puss in Boots.
Yeah.
Come
I was
on.
going to do my little hat because he's ginger as well.
Yeah, you could make him crochet him some little boots and a little hat.
That'd be very cute.
And he's quite feisty as well, so I feel like he's a bit like Puss in Boots.
Yes, especially when your dog's around.
Yeah, yeah, we've had a lot of drama this holiday. Actually, we haven't had as much drama as we had at Christmas. They've actually been really good with each other this time. Last night, he walked straight past Pearl, my dog, and Pearl didn't react at all. She's an ex-racing greyhound, so she's got really strong prey drive, so she like...
He's basically trained to chase
small fluffy things. So we're like trying to like slowly get her used to the cat, 'cause I'd like a cat one day, but we'll see.
Yeah, I feel 3 whips isn't too bad.
No, that's not too bad. I mean,
the summer ones probably not going to come out again for a while.
yeah, so I feel like I've got things like that, things that need adjusting, that I won't start until the season, that I'm actually going to be able to wear them. But, yeah. And what are you most excited to make this season then? Do you think you're going to make anything else, or is that... Because it's almost Christmas. Are you making something for Christmas? Talk about Christmas.
I want to try and make a Christmas jumper.
Yay!
So, Hey Crochet has like a free Christmas tree like vest pattern.
Cute.
That's like in granny stitch, so should be quite quick.
Okay.
But I think she lives somewhere in America or something, so it's a sleeveless vest.
Right.
So I would definitely try and put some sleeves on it.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be chilly.
Not sure I'd have much.
You'd have to wear a jumper under the vest.
A jumper on a jumper. But yeah, just that's very simple.
Oh,
so
cute.
hopefully I could do quite quickly.
Yeah.
'Cause I feel like you need something for Christmas.
Especially if you did it in like a chunkier yarn as well. Like you could do it quite
Some
quickly.
cozy.
Yeah, definitely. I know, because I've already got this one Christmas jumper that isn't like outwardly Christmassy. I think by the time this episode goes up, you still won't have seen it. It'll be in a couple of weeks, because this episode's going up end of November. So,
mystery jumper.
mystery Christmas jumper. It's not very Christmassy.
It's like a party jumper.
Yeah, so I'm still like a bit like, oh, should I knit something that feels a bit more Christmassy with like a Christmas tree on it? I'm sort of like umming and ahhing.
It's like a classy Christmas jumper. I'm going
Yeah.
for like full on novelty.
I know,
I'm
I'm
wearing
like-
a Christmas tree.
Should I novelty as well, you know? Like, especially for like Boxing Day. You want the novelty sweater for Boxing
feel
Day on your Boxing Day
You
walk.
at least need to make Pearl a Christmas jumper.
Yeah.
A novelty Christmas jumper.
I mean, Pearl's getting a jumper anyway at the moment. I'm currently knitting her like a really classic burgundy jumper, which you can see, and I think I've shared it in one of my other videos. So yeah, maybe. I've got a lot of yarn left over from my classy Christmas jumper, so maybe I could knit her another version. I did see a dog on Instagram. Yeah, they'd knitted one with like, so my Christmas jumper's got like frills on it. They'd knitted a dog jumper with frills on it, so I could have a go. But yeah, we'll see. That's exciting though, Christmas jumper, because I'll be up on the 27th. So you can
Paddy a matching one to
Yes.
mine. You make Pearl a matching one. It'll be like a little.
Oh, and make one for Rupert as well.
He hates jumpers.
family photo with all the animals. Yeah, I once knitted, when I first started knitting, I knitted a jumper for Rupert. I'll put up a picture, Rupert the dog, and we put it on him and he froze and then walked sideways like a crab, because he was like so distressed by being in a jumper.
So I tried it back on him yesterday, but he's definitely put on the senior chunk.
Oh.
Since
Chubba.
he made it.
Chubba.
It's a bit tight around the waist.
Chubby little old man.
I mean, I can sympathise.
Bless him. Oh well, thank you so much for coming on Inside the Craft Room.
Thanks for having
It's been
me.
lovely to have a guest talking about crochet, something that I don't do. So this is what I want to do a bit more on Inside the Craft Room, is talk about crafts that I don't necessarily do myself. So obviously there's going to be a lot of knitting and sewing, but also like crochet and quilting and all sorts of things. So leave me a comment if you guys have any ideas for like anybody else you'd quite like to see on, I want to call it a podcast series. I'm not really sure what I'm calling it on the series. But yeah, if you want to let everybody know where they can find you on Instagram.
Yeah, so quite simple. I've got my Instagram, Eliza B Makes, with underscores. So Eliza_B_makes.
I shall put that in the description below. It's easy this time because like with previous guests, they've had like blogs and websites and YouTube channels. So with you, it's
quite
just
simple.
Instagram.
More of a hobby, not quite got
Yeah.
it to that level yet.
Yeah, no, but that's nice though.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, go check out Elizabeth's Instagram because it's so cute. All the little crochet things.
Paddy features a lot.
Yeah, and Paddy's really cute. Paddy and Rupert feature actually, don't they? So very sweet. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us, everybody, and I will see you all soon. Bye. Right. Yeah, it doesn't actually look as impressive on camera as it is, but like, yeah, when we're sitting here, and then like, yeah, you got this epic view.
It's kind of just like Hazel's garden.
Yeah, it's just the neighbour's garden. How do I? Oh, there it is. So you can see the mountains, the misty mountains and the Tay estuary. There you go. That's our lovely view.